This is going to be an exciting 11 laps to round out their weekend.
You've got the fast guys, even with the reverse grid race, made their way to the front. So Cedars, Dontas, Hanson, McLeod, they're all capable of winning this race. Fisher, if something goes wrong up front, he'll be there to capitalise as well.
He's got that confidence. Mentioned earlier today, he's off to do some chats at the local schools and even jails around here about leaving a legacy behind them. That's the message that he likes to tell the inmates of the jails that he goes to, and they all watch his races too before he comes in, so he'll be getting a big standing ovation when he rocks up.
Good on him.
In the prison house later this week after a big victory earlier today. Steve Owen, reigning Sandown 500 champ, is out there in car number 14. There he goes.
Coming out of 7th position, so Steve could work up, and in front of him will be Nathan Pretty, who got shoved off the road.
Yeah, that was a pretty close one earlier with Nathan Pretty, and Jeremy Gray actually copped a bit of a fine for that one, but he
a couple of grand and a few points.
Any contact. So final race for the Utes, and they're just finishing off their formation lap. They'll stand like this on the grid. David Cedars leading that championship charge. Craig Dontas yet to win a round ever. Another good shot for him here today in front of his family up in Townsville, even though he lives down in South Australia. Hansford P3, another good weekend for his championship. McLeod strong once again. Nathan Pretty needs a big race here, Paul, if he's going to rescue this championship hope.
Yeah, for sure. He's sitting there in 5th. And the guy leading the championships on the front row.
Roll Harris, his car cut out twice on the formation lap.
Okay.
In race number 2 today, and then it was flawless throughout the course of the actual race itself. So some proper electrical gremlins for the 3-time champ this weekend. He's had the fastest ute. There it is, the light blue one, the Bush Ranger 68. But unfortunately, it just hasn't come together in terms of reliability as he takes his spot down there in position 16. 17 utes on the grid. A great place for racing these cars. We've been doing the utes here for a good 5-6 years now and never cease to disappoint. Dontas is ready to grab second gear. Is he ready to beat his teammate though? That's the question, because he's on pole position. Ready for a start, last race of the utes, the Castrol Edge Townsville 400. The undercard action has been exciting. And away we go. Dontas.
Cedars got the jump for sure.
Great start, Cedars. Also a good start, Mason Barbera. Oh, that's tight racing behind those guys. It looked like Owen trying to cover off the local lad, Graham Edwards. Cedars knows he's got the lead down here, and Dontas has to go defensive.
Oh, Nathan Pretty making it 3 wide. He'll stick this for sure.
That's a great move from Pretty. We said he needs to do something special to save this championship. And he's picked up a couple, including Hansford. But it's Cedars with the perfect start. Barbera up the inside. With the pink and black.
With McLeod through to 3rd.
Yeah, good start, Jared. Over the river into turn 5. Fast approaching left. Instantly into the right-hander. Steve Owen runs slightly wide. Side by side with Jeremy Gray. Oh, they both get through there. That could have been big.
It gives him a little bit of room.
And here's Roll Harris trying to capitalise. He's had
around the outside. He'll get this off.
Good move.
Pull the move off.
Steve Owen going backwards here. After winning Sandown last year with Mark Winterbottom. Trying to get some more miles ahead of the Enduros up in Townsville. Owen has won plenty of Dunlop Series races here. I think 4 in total. End of the first lap. That's looking very nice for the series leader. David Cedars. Harris. Yep, up the inside
nice
there.
Move. So Harris is on a charge from the back.
Go on board with Matt Nolan here. So yeah, Harris up to 10th. We go on board with Nolan. He's had a pretty good start here. He's up to 12th.
Yeah, that's Steve Owen in the black ute with the Ryco sponsorship. He goes defensive.
Bendemeer Falcon of Jeremy Gray up the inside of Fisher. He's got more than enough overlap to make it stick. No. Fisher with a good exit covers that line, and Harris is lurking in an all-Ford battle. Harris is a race 3 specialist. Should have some pretty good tyres up his sleeve after a DNF in race 1.
Yeah, he's coming hard, isn't he? Pushing on. He'll have to clear Gray. You can see Hansford, 3 utes in front of him, just starting to pull away.
And unfortunately, no Kim Jane out there after that damage earlier today as well. So didn't make it to the grid, Kimbo, which is a shame. He's having such a strong weekend too, qualified on the front row. This is the battle though, isn't it? The queuing up here behind Fisher.
Yeah, see what Ryle does. He'll have a look. Sticks it in there, slides it up.
Yeah.
Holds the brake, makes it to the apex and then drives it off. Well done.
Jeremy Gray's experienced enough to know when he's beat here, a race winner back in 2010 at this track. All right, Yokohama replay the start. Dontas needed to beat his teammate there, and unfortunately for his hopes this weekend, couldn't make it stick. Harris going 3 wide at the back in a rush here.
Yeah, just didn't quite get the launch, did he? The gear change was all right. The reaction time was a bit slow.
You watch him swing to the inside here.
From about here now, he knows it's time to give it up. Make sure no one slips up the inside of him.
Let Cedars have that one, and now he's under pressure from McLeod.
Yeah, McLeod's there, isn't he?
Got nothing but local sponsors on the card this weekend. Jared does a really good job of making sure there are stickers on the doors.
He's working. He's starting to look, search around, filling Dontas' mirrors up.
If he can pass Dontas, he'll have a good chance of getting
Cedars is loose. The boys should get a run on him here.
Big slide that time for the Mango Credit Youth. The championship leader out front. But if McLeod can pass Dontas, he should be able to make short work of Cedars, because there's just no point Cedars fighting with a guy who's not in the championship hunt.
Yeah, it's a good point. He doesn't need to get into a scrap. He's got him covered up here.
Barbera up the inside of Pretty. Nice move. Yeah, great work. Nathan Pretty hasn't had the best weekend here and is losing points to the points leader Cedars. Now it's Hansford. These two second and third coming into this weekend in that championship battle. Back on to the front straight we go. Barbera took pole position in a race win yesterday. Oh man, Hansford cruising by.
Pulled out, so Nathan looks like he's got some sort of engine drama.
Let's just try and listen in. Hard to tell if that's engine's lagging at the moment as Harris is wiggling down towards turn 2.
Yeah, he clears Fisher.
Oh no, well there you go.
Tries him on the outside and lose 2.
Oh, don't tell me the Gremlins are back for Ryle Harris.
I think it has. That thing's definitely cut out.
Oh dear, that's a big old tank slapper. And Fisher with an excellent bit of driving. That was a huge save. Keeps it on the bike stuff.
And Gray did well to keep off him as well.
They just got a little bit crossed up together. It was no malice.
No,
Fisher did a really good job at bringing that back together. That is the battle for 7th position, but at the moment it's still David Cedars looking pretty out front. Craig Dontas, Jared McLeod. Mirrors hanging off the Jesus Racing Ute. That could have been another huge moment for Andrew Fisher. He's been close to being in the fence a couple of times.
It was a good save, and Hank Gray goes, has a look again. Will he come over on him?
Uh-oh, this is not going to end well.
Yeah, well, Fisher's only got himself to blame there. Gray had the overlap, and he just turned right on him and kept coming across. And as soon as you get to that yellow line, you're allowed to turn the guy around. You can't just run you out of racetrack.
Here's Nolan having a really good battle. Hasn't been his weekend. Had a throttle stuck open in qualifying. Got speared pretty hard in race number 2. And yes, Ryle Harris back into the pits, and this is a weekend he would sooner rather forget.
And Nathan Pretty disappeared down the time sheets as well.
Wow, okay. This has big championship ramifications. All smoke coming out of this car as well.
Yeah, so they're, I don't know what that might be, power steering or...
He's been in the top 10 for every single race so far this year.
See the breather there, that's probably the engine breather.
And unfortunately, his streak comes to an end. What a slide.
He didn't lose much time either, did he? Just kept his boot into it. So it's launched off the curb and just flicked the back of the car out.
Great bit of driving. And this is Harris aggressively to the inside of Fisher. Oh, that's probably got something to do with it. Yeah. So it wasn't the electrical gremlin that's come back, just a mechanical. And Fisher came back across actually over the front of Gray.
Across on him, so that's twice he's done that. And the second time he did it, Gray said, I've had enough.
Well, this is it. So
you can make your own arrangements. See, he squeezes him, comes across on him, and you just got to give a guy room there because he can't make his ute disappear. He's in the braking area. He's full on the brakes. He's got to stop. If you want to keep crowding him, you're going to get turned around.
This is what it looked like from Matt Nolan's point of view.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we just needed to open the corner up a bit. Give Gray a little bit of room. They both would have made it round.
There's Yokohama's making quite the racket. Hey, nice bit of car control to keep it moving and straighten it back up.
Two doughies.
So the winner of race 1 had a shocker in race 2, and the winner of race 2 has now had a shocker in race 3, and it's still Cedars on for the race and round win at the front. And now we go on board with Craig Dontis as he's trying to chase his teammate down.
He's got to get him to win the round, but as they run at the moment, is how they'll run for the round in points too, by the looks of it.
Yeah, and Cedars will extend that championship lead nicely. Dontis will close on 2nd and 3rd and move up actually to 4th with Chris Walton not here this weekend. There's Walton in the points now back to 7th. Jeremy Gray, top 5 in the championship, having a great run in season 2016. And Kim Jane just hasn't worked out from this year. He's had so much speed, but it's another did not start for the final race, just like the streets of Adelaide. Front 4 are all on each other, and Mason Barbera has been turning the fastest lap of the race and fastest middle sector on this lap, so he's quick right now, and he's caught the front 3.
He has. He's got 5 laps to get this done, which is enough time to clear McLeod and get on the back of Dontis. He might have a shot at this.
And Hansford's actually closing that gap too, so the front 4 are lacking a little bit of speed, which is banking things up quite nicely from an entertainment point of view. This could really build into something big.
Yeah, you're right. Hansford is coming, isn't he?
The timing screen down the bottom showing us that he's been quicker on the last 2 laps, Ryan Hansford, than Mason Barbera. Hansford's in the blue and yellow Falcon at the back of this little pack.
He just lost a lot of time there, so he's pushing pretty hard and just made a mistake.
Yokohamas are getting old and worn. Only given 4 new tyres for this weekend, and all the teams saying that the degradation's a lot higher here than they're used to seeing. We've been seeing that in the supercars as well.
Yeah, as the pavement gets older and gets oxidised by the sun, gets more abrasive, lose the fines out of the top coat of the asphalt, exposes the stone, so it's a bit like having a coarse sandpaper.
That's the most scientific thing I've ever heard you say. I'm very, very impressed. Front pack come back onto that front straight. Cedars ticks off another lap, but is looking pretty clean at the moment. Yokohama replay on board with Nolan.
That's Stevie O getting through.
Oh, and hit the chip there while Woods picked him up. Woods have been staying out of drama this weekend. But still, that front 5 sitting even on the racetrack. As they sit on that track is how they'll finish for the round in the top 3 as well. Still Cedars at the front. Four laps to go. Cedars, Dontis, McLeod, your front 3.
We can see how hard they're pushing, and every driver here at the moment is giving it everything they can, using every bit of the racetrack.
Barbera looks to have the fastest ute out of the leaders here.
Yeah, here he goes.
And McLeod knows the pressure is there.
Will he go around the outside? If he can just stay there and get the line for the next turn, and he does, he'll get it done here. McLeod's got nowhere to go. He just has to give it up.
Great move, Barbera. The inside of turn 7's difficult, the outside's even harder, and he made that one stick.
He had the momentum and just planned 2 corners ahead, and it's just about taking track position off McLeod. Nice heads up, bit of driving. And McLeod realised he was a cooked goose and just thought he better tuck him behind.
Now can Barbera catch the front 2 and cause a little bit more of a stir?
Here it is. Hangs around the outside. Gets track position. From this point on, he's got McLeod covered.
Did a really good job not to make any contact.
Yeah, both drivers did. Well done.
Yeah. Barbera's maturing as a driver, still just 18 years of age. Had that CAMS-induced holiday after a couple of crashes last year. Has come back.
If you look at that, it puts Hansford up to 3rd for the weekend on the points with that passing manoeuvre.
So it does. Yep. It's a shame that Barbera's not going to be on the podium this weekend. I mean, it's hard to know. If he passes 1 or 2 more, he might sneak up there, but he's just been so deserving of it. But unfortunately, the race 2 carnage cost him. Oh, Wilson's loose.
Yeah, he's loose on the way in and even looser on the way out. Bit of a tank slapper.
Oh, we nearly got back underway there and saw Troy Dondas in the last second. That would have been an awkward head-on down there at the Virgin Australia chicane, which is where we are right now.
Okay, Dondas on a charge. He does his fastest first sector of the race. Has he just been keeping his powder dry? It looks like it. Looks like he's going to have something for him here.
He's had a host of podiums in this category, Craig Dontas. Always has been fast. 5 podiums, but no round victories. He's got a few race wins to speak of, but it's just been putting that whole weekend together for victory that has escaped him. And if he can just pass the car that's ahead of him, albeit it's his teammate who's leading the championship right now, he will finally get that win that he's been wanting for a very long time.
Okay.
2 laps here, Paul.
Yeah, cross the strike, 2 to go.
That thing of Cedars is a rocket in a straight line.
Using a bit of engine braking, you can see the exhaust billowing out some smoke out of the back of the Cedars ute.
Focusing on the Mango credit sign on that tailgate. Willing it closer. This time through, Cedars is just a few hundredths quicker.
A little bit quicker. Cedars just getting off the corner nicely. He's obviously had a bit in reserve himself. Just turned it up.
Cedars picked up the round victory here last year. It was his first in a Commodore after making the switch from Ford. He's always sick of hearing all the Commodore drivers complaining that their cars weren't fast, so he said, right, I'll hop in one and show you how it's done.
It took him a while to get it going, but once he got it moving, obviously a little bit different driving technique or setup technique.
This is a tough part of the circuit on the left rear Yokohama.
Yeah, 1 to go this time by. I think Cedars should be pretty safe, unless he makes a mistake, but he's not likely to do that.
Nobody has ever won 2 rounds here at Townsville. Leighton Cranbrook won the first one back in 2009. Even guys like Chris Pither have a win here in the Utes. That was 2011. But Cedars, if he can hold on this last lap, is going to be the first to win back-to-back rounds here in Townsville in the Utes. Oh, Hanson.
Hanson on McLeod.
That's nice.
Let's see what happens here.
McLeod will try and move over and cover him off, but I think Hanson's there.
This will be the last of the late breakers. We'll ever get this one.
Oh, that's tight. Oh, good racing. The boys give each other just enough room.
Still there.
This is awesome.
McLeod will run it in deep here, which he does.
Oh, Hanson wants to stay there, though. This is sweet racing, side by side, corner after corner.
Oh, that was just not right. Hanson should have given him a bit more room there.
Oh, good car control from McLeod to bring that back. There's formation driving for a few corners. They could only hold on for so long. In the closing stages of this one, it looks like Cedars is going to get there. Barbera could maybe catch Dontas.
Oh, he's driving it in there really hard. He's on his bumper. Let's see how he gets off.
Here we go.
Dontas will white-line it at the last corner for sure.
Loosen him up on the last corner, and you might just get him here, Mason.
Hang on to it.
Not quite. It's going to be Cedars. He'll extend the championship lead. And with this round victory, he draws level with Grant Johnson for the most round wins of all time. So it's a big one too.
Pretty good.
Congratulations to Cedars. And could this be the year, Paul, that he finally breaks through for a championship win, which he has long been deserving of?
It's looking like it. Got good car speed, driving sensibly, racking up the points, putting it together. Doing a great job.
We now head on to the final 3 rounds of the Utes, with Cedars looking very comfortable indeed. He extends that championship lead over Pretty, who unfortunately, for the first time this year, finishes outside the top 10. Dontas home for second. It's another podium for him. He's 6th in his career, but yet to find that elusive round victory. Hanson doing a really good job here this weekend to wrestle his way onto the podium as well. And unfortunately, a couple big names there at the back that just couldn't quite put the right weekend together.